I spent a year working 12-hour shifts in a place so hot you could practically feel your skin peeling off your bones. Every single day I survived it by holding tight to one picture in my mind, a quiet hilltop in Arizona, 8 acres of stubborn desert wind, endless sky, and the little house I built with my own hands. No neighbors, no noise, and best of all, no HOA. So the day I finally rolled back up that old dirt road, I was half convinced I'd hallucinated from the heat, because there right smack in the middle of my land were 20 brand new luxury mansions, gleaming like some Scottsdale fever dream. Fresh asphalt, stone gates, cameras, and lawns so green they looked like a movie set. And right at the entrance, bolted into my soil, was a giant sign, Sandstone Ridge Estates, private HOA community. They really thought I was gone forever. They thought nobody would come back for this hilltop. They were about to learn why silence isn't surrender, it's strategy. You ever feel like you just stepped into the wrong movie? When I opened my truck door, that old desert heat didn't feel the same. It was artificial, like the kind that radiates off a freshly paved HOA street built by people who think nature's a nuisance to be covered up, not respected. 20 pastel boxes lined up like toys, each one so cookie-cutter they made Stepford look like a rebellion. My land, my hilltop, had been sliced up into neat little HOA-approved parcels. Every inch of it was wearing perfume and makeup like that could hide the robbery underneath. When I slammed my door louder than I meant to, a couple on the nearest porch looked up from their wine glasses. They stared at me dusty and sunburned, like I was the trespasser here. That you don't belong here. Look, trust me, I know it. Soldiers, bureaucrats, contractors, and now wine-sipping HOA newcomers. The guy just raised his brows, all smug and bored. The woman gave me that little patronizing wave, the kind you save for stray dogs. I ignored 'em, boots thudding on what used to be my old dirt road. Each step heavier than the last. That's when I saw it. The big bold sign on the new stone entrance pillar, Sandstone Ridge Estates, private HOA community. Members only. Members only. On my land. I ran my fingers across the metal, still warm from the welder's torch. They hadn't just built houses. They'd rewritten boundaries, invented a community out of thin air, and plastered it right over mine. And just then I heard heels clicking behind me, sharp, fast, confident. Didn't have to turn around to know who I'd meet. Every HOA story's got a queen, and there she was. Woman in her 50s, tan linen suit, clipboard under one arm, phone in the other, hair all curled, and sunglasses so big they looked riot-proof. Not a move wasted, not a smile that wasn't practiced. "Can I help you?" she asked. Voice pure customer service poison, like reality had just wrecked her calendar. "Yeah," I said, "you can tell me why there are 20 houses on my land." Her lips didn't move, not really. "Your land?" she echoed, tilting her sunglasses like I was something she hoped to block out. I pointed up the ridge. "My house is up there. 15 years county records if you want to check." She gave a laugh, more air than humor. "Oh, you must be looking for the HOA office. It's in the south unit behind the stone walkway." "No," I said, slow and steady, "I'm looking for an explanation." A flicker, just annoyance, crossed her face. "Well," she said, "this property was classified as transitional land after more than 12 months of non-occupancy. No utilities, no mail, no response to notices. Under county code, it was available for provisional development." I almost laughed. "I filed documentation with the county before I left travel notice monitoring service, temporary absence, not abandonment." She sharpened her smile. "Sandstone Ridge Estates applied for emergency development authorization. Everything was approved by the book." "Whose book?" I shot back. "The county's," she said, proud as a peacock. Then, like she was giving me a gift, she stuck out her hand. "Karen Holdridge, president of Sandstone Ridge HOA. Welcome to the neighborhood, neighbor." I didn't shake. Didn't say a word. Because right then I felt it, the switch flipping inside me. This wasn't some mix-up. This was a takeover. I turned and walked back to my truck, every step slow and deliberate, the way you walk on a battlefield you didn't pick. Karen stood there, arms folded, looking like a queen, sure of her castle. I glanced one last time at that sign, members only, not anymore. I drove my perimeter slowly. Sure, the land felt different up top, but underneath still mine. You can rebrand land, pave it, decorate it, but you can't make it forget who it belongs to. By the time I hit the highway, my anger had cooled, hardened, focused. That's the thing about surviving overseas. Heat and endless hours teach you to stay calm when it matters most. This wasn't a time for yelling, it was time to prepare. That night I checked into the cheapest roadside motel I could find. Neon vacancy sign flickering like a dying firefly. I laid out every document I'd ever saved: deed, plat, map, tax receipts. Some old, some crisp, but all of them mine. All of it proof. The silence in that motel wasn't peaceful. It was waiting. I stared at my deed under the lamp, my name clear and solid signature below it. I always believed that paper was a shield, but someone forged new promises on top of mine, twisted my absence into opportunity. They counted on me never coming back. They were wrong. "This isn't over," I whispered to the room. Not even close. At sunrise, I marched straight into the county office. The clerk, a slumped-over kid in a faded county polo, barely looked up. "I need property files. Parcel registered under Riley Martin." He pecked at his keyboard, then spun the monitor. "2 files," he said. "1 original ownership, 1 transitional claim 9 months ago." Transitional claim, that phrase again. "Dressing up theft as paperwork." "Pull it up," I said. He clicked. And there it was. A statement of intent to vacate and forfeit, supposedly signed by me. Except the signature looked like it was drawn by a drunk ghost. Worse, a co-signer line. My father's name. He's been dead 7 years. My jaw locked. "That's not my signature." He shrugged. It went through. Processed, scanned, notarized. Leonard Pierce. "Pierce notarized plenty for me years ago before he retired." "He's been retired 5 years," I said. The kid blinked. "Weird." "Yeah, that happened. Print every page I ordered. Every timestamp, every metadata line." Printer screamed, but I left with an inch-thick file of fresh evidence. Outside, the sun didn't burn. It cleared my head. Someone forged my name, used my dead father's signature, used a retired notary stamp, and did it because they never expected me to return. But I always come back. Next stop, county zoning. Inside felt heavy, like the building itself knew it was hiding something. Receptionist Mara looked up, smile already practiced for saying no. I laid my stack down. "Need to review all zoning permits for parcel 86091. She typed. Eyebrows twitched. "Oh. That parcel was provisionally authorized last year. Temporary administrative housing." "Temporary housing? That's what you call 20 luxury mansions." She picked up the phone. "Supervisor Sharp approved that one. He's on leave." "How long?" 3 weeks. "Same amount of time since I landed stateside." "How convenient." She fidgeted. "I can request the file digitally." "Printed," I snapped. When it came, the permits were stamped with dates that made no sense. First, permit dated February. Drone photos showed bulldozers there 3 months earlier. Permits were backdated, a paper lie. I leaned in. "You usually issue construction approval after construction started." "All proper procedures were followed," she mumbled. "Sure they were." Standing outside, my thoughts went ice cold. This wasn't an accident. It was collaboration. A network of people pretending my land was theirs. I went back to see what else they'd done. The road was blacktop now. My old mailbox replaced by a cluster unit with the HOA logo. A delivery van rolled up. "You waiting for mail?" "Not anymore." He grinned. All Sandstone Ridge mails forwarded to the Phoenix office. Every notice, every letter, all went to the HOA. They hadn't just stolen my land, they stole my voice. That night, the motel AC rattled while I stared at my papers. This was war just fought with paperwork instead of bullets. Time to bring in the cavalry. First call Dana Pritchard. Lawyer, no nonsense. "Martin, what's wrong?" "Dana, the HOA built 20 houses on my land. Forged documents, signed my dead father's name, backdated permits, rerouted my mail." Silence. Calculating, not shocked. "Where are you?" "Cotton Hollow." "I'm 2 hours away. Email everything. Don't contact the county. Don't confront the HOA. Wait for me." She hung up. Next, Leo Barton, digital bloodhound. Riley go. Told him everything. They wiped your security feed. Yep, remote login, HOA office IP. He whistled, Leo never whistles. Send me all files. I'll dig in. Last, Angela Dominguez, ex-NYPD, my not-so-secret weapon. Martin, you alive? For now. Worse. She laughed. Forged a dead man's signature bold. Text me the address. I'll start with the neighbors. By noon, my tiny motel room was a war room. Dana spread documents across the bed. Signatures fake. This one, your father's been dead 7 years. Leo typing on the floor. Security system wiped by HOA's office. Zoning supervisor's credentials used. Angela spreading drone photos, my land empty, then stakes, then bulldozers, then frames, all before permits. Smoking gun, she said. Dana, that means every home's built on fraud. Judge sees this, the HOA's toast. Leo turned his laptop, an internal memo. Assume he won't be back. Board needs this done quietly. They counted on me vanishing. Dana said, this proves intent. What's our move? I asked. We file an injunction, freeze them, drag it to court. Angela, I'll get witness statements. Leo, I'll map the digital trail. The judge will follow it like footprints in fresh snow. For the first time, I felt steady. They built 20 homes on my hilltop. Donna, we make them pay rent. Mediation day. Room reeked of stale coffee and arrogance. Dana beside me, calm as a snake. Leo recording from his jacket. Angela in the back, scanning for trouble. Across the table, Karen perched like a queen bee. Her lawyer board members, Greg the dentist, faces tight. The mediator tried for neighborly. Let's resolve this calmly. Karen gave me that thin smile. Glad you joined us, Mr. Martin. Hope we can clarify this misunderstanding. Misunderstanding? I leaned back all the time in the world. Is that what we call forgery now? Karen's smile flickered. Her lawyer started to interject. Dana shut him down with a look. Karen tried again. If you'd kept your mailing address updated. Dana, all mail was forwarded to your office. That's obstruction. Karen's face cracked for a second. We followed county procedure. Interesting, Dana said. The county disagrees. Her lawyer leaned in, arguing emergency authorization. I laughed. Appeared abandoned. That's what you call 30 years of my work. Dana dropped the killer. Who notarized your affidavit? Karen, cool as ice. A contracted service. Leo spoke up. Upload trail starts at your HOA office, not third party. Certificate chain's a shell. Dead silence. Dana slid over the memo. Assume he won't be back. Karen blanched. Out of context. Dana want to provide the context. Lawyer illegally obtained. Dana unsecured HOA portal isn't private. Metadata proves a board member made it. Angela stepped up. Multiple contractors confirm work started months before permits. Drone footage, timestamps, geotags. Karen's lawyer's face was pure panic. Dana, you claimed good faith. What we're seeing is deliberate fraud. Unless you want to defend this in a criminal courtroom, maybe be honest now. Karen's pride finally snapped. The community needed these homes. One man shouldn't stand in the way of progress. Dana's smile sharpened. There it is. That was motive, mindset, and intent. 3 pillars of a conspiracy. As we left for recess, Angela whispered, They're rattled. Next time they'll break. The Cotton Hollow courthouse wasn't fancy, but that day it buzzed. Reporters, neighbors, the works. Judge Harper ran a tight ship. Dana laid it out 20 homes built by fraud, forgery, digital tampering, and obstruction. Clerk confirmed the fake signature and my dead father. Notary testified his stamp was copied. Leo proved the digital trail. Angela presented the timeline, drone shots, construction before permits. Then Dana read the memo. Judge asked Karen to explain. Karen tried, then crumbled. We believe Mr. Martin had abandoned Dana intent. Judge Harper, enough. This court finds substantial evidence of deliberate misrepresentation, forgery, tampering, and unauthorized construction. Title restored to Mr. Martin. Structures must be vacated in 15 days. Case forwarded for criminal investigation. Sheriff's deputies walked Karen out in cuffs. No rage, just disbelief. Dana whispered, This is only the beginning. I believed her. HOA collapsed in real time. Reporters circled. Neighbors started talking. Contractors came clean. Dana handled the press. Leo dug deeper. Angela kept chasing witnesses. Me, I walked my land, finally able to breathe. Demolish the mansions. Maybe. But what the land wanted wasn't fire, it was healing. Soon as charges were filed against Karen, her lawyer supervisor, sharp board members, greedy contractor, I felt the weight lift. Now you rebuild, Dana said. Leo showed me their digital mess emails, transcripts, all the proof. Angela lined up witnesses, contractors who'd testify about the HOA's lies. The quiet ones had found their voices. Sunrise back on my ridge. A local builder, Tommy Bates, offered help. You want help fixing your fences? I did. With his crew, we tore down HOA gates, put up honest wood. Hammering sounded like a heartbeat. Tommy joked. You could rent out those houses. Folks love a good story. Truth is, I had been thinking the same thing. So I restored them, ripped out the fake finishes, made them breathe with desert soul-reclaimed pine, adobe-wide porches. The bookings poured in before I finished 10, and the HOA, what was left of it, agreed to pay me rent for the clubhouse pool and gym. Irony's sweet. The people who tried to erase me now fund my retirement. One night a couple stopped by. Is it true the HOA tried to steal this place? Sure is. And now you rent the houses to tourists. Yep, HOA pays me rent too. They laughed. Was it worth fighting? I looked out at the land, my land breathing again. Oh, absolutely. The moment you stop defending what's yours, someone else will claim it. And as they drove off, I finally felt that deep, earned quiet settle around me, the kind I'd chased since day one. Took months for the dust to settle both kinds. But the land remembered who it belonged to. And so did I. If this story got you fired up, leave a comment. Tell me what part hit you hardest. Ever faced down an HOA or fought for something that was yours? Share your story. And hey, subscribe for more real tales that prove why standing up matters.